Yo, what is going on, everyone? Guiding Light here, back with another Destiny 2 video. And in this one, I wanted to showcase some brand new gameplay of the new Summoner Adept. Now, this gun has just come out with Trials of Osiris for the weekend, and it is an insane weapon that it actually came back from recently. Now, I just got Flawless, and they have come out with a brand new version, so this one's going to be able to roll with some other perks and things like that. And if you didn't get it in the past, you can actually go ahead and hop on now and try to unlock this brand new weapon. Now, if you guys did not know or you haven't played it for a few weeks, they actually did make a lot of changes to the PvP and trials as well. So there's actually a whole new card system that makes it a lot easier to go flawless if you're like a newer player. And then on top of that, they did make a bunch of changes to the meta. And in my opinion, guys, the more I play it, the more I'm starting to like it. This new meta is a lot of fun. If you haven't tried it out, I highly, highly suggest it. Now, it's not more of like the hand cannon meta that you might be used to. It is definitely more of like an auto rifle or like team shotting meta. So just keep that in mind when playing. You might want to throw on like more of an auto rifle type weapon, but that is actually why this brand new summoner is really, really great to actually try and go get. Now, there's definitely better rolls than the one that I got, but once you guys see some of the gameplay, I think you guys are going to be pretty impressed with this weapon. Now, I just need to clear out an inventory slot very quickly, and then we'll take a look at the perks and the rolls that I got here on this brand new summoner. So you can tell it's the new summoner based on its new look. It has a white skin on it now instead of the older black one. Now, I definitely could have gotten a better roll. However, I am actually still pretty happy with this one. It has the stability masterwork, it has golden tricorn, and at the end of the day, I can still slap on an adept mod. And like I said, guys, once you see the gameplay, I don't think you're going to mind too much of the rolls. Just keep in mind with better rolls, it could probably just get even better than it already is. So we'll go ahead and level this thing up all the way max stability. And then after taking a look at some of the mods, keep in mind the add-up mods, although they do give you better perks, they're going to actually have a drawback most of the time. So after looking at all these different mods and the stats that were already on the weapon, I decided to go ahead and put on the 68 range because I do like to have a lot of range on the summoner. Now, the reason why this summoner is good is because if you compare it to something like the Amit, it's actually very, very similar. However, this weapon is going to have just as much range once you have these stats on it. And then if you compare it to the Amit, I actually do like the summoner a little bit better, only because of the sight. Now, the Amit is a very good weapon. Actually, is a little bit more stable than this one. Has just a little bit more range, but I just don't like the sight on it. So for that reason, I actually would prefer the summoner over the Amit, and I do suggest you guys try and unlock it this weekend. Now, at first, it definitely took me a little bit of getting used to. I haven't used the Summoner in like 2 years, and I've been using nothing but like the Amit and the Suros and things like that over the past few weeks. So it definitely took me like a few seconds to get used to the gun. But once I really got the hang of it, I started going on a roll with this thing, and I actually really, really love this weapon. So I'll tell you the things I like about it. The fact that it does have such a big clip on it, meaning that you can usually put down a lot of fire for a pretty decent amount of time. Also, the fact that it's a secondary means you can pair it with a lot of different weapons you might not be used to. You can pair it with like the Chaperone, certain other shotguns. You could even pair it with other exotics because of the fact that it's a legendary. So not only is this weapon great, but it also is a really good starting point if you're trying to make a build or something like that, because this weapon is good at so many different ranges, does a pretty consistent amount of damage, and because of its clip size, you don't have to worry about reloading all the time, and you can team shot quite a bit with that big giant clip, especially if you have two or three teammates running all the same weapon. Now, as you guys can see, even at close range, it's actually still a pretty good gun, meaning that if you go up against somebody with an SMG, you actually have a pretty good chance of winning. Now, if it comes down to like a sidearm, or like maybe a shotgun or a fusion, that will depend on whether or not you hit your headshots and just how close they are to you. But the fact that not only that it performs at close range, medium range, and even pretty decently at a long range is definitely something that makes me want to use this weapon. So I'll go ahead and let you guys watch some more of this gameplay. Now keep in mind, guys, this is definitely one of the lower end summoners. So keep that in mind between the reload speed and everything else. Like there's actually a lot of better perks that you can get on this weapon. So just keep that in mind when watching this because there's a good chance you could get one that's even better than this. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments if you want me to make any more reviews in the future, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.